They say an early season snowstorm may be on deck in less than 48 hours, but today is picture-perfect fall football weather. Crisp and cool at Soldier Field in the Windy City.
Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Chicago Bears.
At their own 27-yard line.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Williams looking to do it himself.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
They were backed up behind the sticks, but he still found a way to make that first down happen. That's the kind of fight every coach hopes his franchise quarterback has in him. Look a tough situation like that in the eye and come up with a solution on the spot.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Chicago.
DeAndre Swift,
61 yards.
and the Bears need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Looking to put a drive together. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Running left, it's Warren.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the 1st down.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
Man open downfield, it's Metcalf.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Here's Rodgers to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 16. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. That is caught inside the 5. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
They were maybe hoping for a little bit of a back shoulder fade there, and that's a play that's been in vogue the last few years in all aspects of football. But they couldn't get the hook up there.
Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he'll get nothing out of that one.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. From the gun, here's Swift. Fighting him off. And he'll work
across midfield inside the 45.
85 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From the 24 now, here's second down and 7. To throw, Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kamel.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
To the air, Williams.
He'll try and do this himself. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Santos' kick is up and through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it. I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well-designed, and it's a quick first down.
A handoff for Warren.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more.
It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. Throwing quickly to Wilson.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football, all right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Rodgers pass.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up second down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. They toss it to Warren.
Trying to find some space to turn upfield, but this defense having none of it. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Williams. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now 3rd down and 7. Looking to throw is Williams. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench, not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. On the return is Williams. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll begin on the ground with Gainwell. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Rodgers now to throw. His throw incomplete.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Rodgers. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From midfield, here's Rodgers. That is incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Throwing is Rodgers. That is caught. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 3.
Now it's Rodgers.
A short one there to Freiermuth. And Freiermuth going to have a Steelers 1st down as a tackle made at the 18.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Warren will try the right side.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd and 10. On the draw, Gainwell.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down. Defensively, maybe a little too fired up there for a 3rd down stop.
Remember in preseason when we were going to camps and watching people, they worked on this, right? In the heat of the summer, still did it anyway.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
On the give, it's Warren.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Rodgers. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Rodgers going to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown.
Pat Freiermuth.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers are an extra point away from drawing level.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are even at 10 apiece.
Chris Boswell.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
98 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Right back to Swift again on second down.
Fighting through, he's got space.
DeAndre Swift.
Touchdown, Chicago.
DeAndre Swift
With his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears have taken the lead.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. To throw, it's Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
He'll let it fly for Austin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away.
Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory.
Working out of the gun, Williams.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Throw right side taken in by Adunze. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
They should put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Williams. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they snap him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out as we eke closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Now Rodgers. A short one there to Freiermuth. And Freiermuth going to have a Steelers first down as he'll be taken down at the 46.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well, great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers. Complete to Austin here over the middle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 25-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
First and goal, Pittsburgh.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Throwing now is Rodgers. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Rodgers now on third and goal. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Boswell on for the field goal. A 26-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
To throw, it's Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle. And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time.
Oh, the snap, a poor one, and this is blocked. And this is going to be a touchdown. Boy, problems with the snap. It leads to the block, and that in turn leads to 6 points the other way.
And while it's rare to see the long snapper get blamed for a touchdown, that's exactly what we have here. It was his snap that ultimately gave him enough time to get home. And once they scooped the ball up, there was nobody there who could get him down. Just a brutal play all around.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steelers ready to take over on offense.
Looking to put a drive together.
Starting things out with a give to Gainwell.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And they'll go right back to Gainwell here on first down.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, just like last play. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Here's Warren.
They find some open field here. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
63 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
They read zone coverage there and thought there was some space to send their guy right into the middle on a slant, hoping he would get lost. Instead, they read it quite well and closed quickly.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10.
They'll run it. Warren.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. Completes it to Austin. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 4th down. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. Boswell's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started.
They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far.
And when you're in a 1-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
From the gun, here's Williams.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter.
Nice pickup, 10 yards and a 1st down on the keeper.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. Rodgers.
Here's a screen with Gainwell.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
Good call there on 1st down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years of not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 4. Setting up the screen with Gainwell.
And running with power here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets...
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Grady Jarrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football, worked so hard to get his feet down inbounds, tried to do the toe tap. My dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really?
Yeah, that he is.
How about that? What about Young Davis?
No, it did not. It did not cross.
It didn't carry over.
No, it stopped right there.
It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept him in the game.
He sure has. That offense has got to find its rhythm because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard after the 32.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Moore, the man in motion.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
There's a short throw. It's caught by Komet.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. To the air, Williams.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Here's a handoff to Swift running left.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Stopped in his tracks and given a loss on that play by Patrick Queen.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Looking to throw is Williams. He'll look middle here and give it to Odunze.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Joey Porter Jr. that time got in there and backs the offense up. Tackle for loss.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
2nd and 12. Here's Williams. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Williams. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Here's a give up the middle. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now it's going to bring up 4th down.
They'll go. Here's Williams. Open man. He finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago.
A 1-yard touchdown pass.
And the Bears are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing is Rodgers.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble. And it's 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit. And he gets a small gain on the play.
Now Rodgers.
Catch is made by Metcalf.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
That's good for 28 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 19-yard line.
On play action, now Rodgers. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Rodgers again now.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Just nowhere to go with the football. He was forced to put that one into Lake Michigan. I think his receivers have to do a better job of working free because he didn't have anywhere to go at all on that play.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Rodgers going to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Onto the field now come the Bears. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop?
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And the tight end goes in motion left. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And space tough to come by there as they'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Working from the gun, Rodgers.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now Rodgers, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on fourth down. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They'll go play action here with Williams. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble.
To throw, Williams.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Chuck Clark picking it off.
And the Steelers are right back in this football game. They start the drive here with Gainwell.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and making sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Rodgers now to throw.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing now is Rodgers. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Dominique Robinson.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers
Complete to Austin here over the middle.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Here's Rodgers. That is caught.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
To throw is Rodgers.
That is incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Rodgers to throw once more.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
He'll try to pick it up himself.
What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
A 5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Pat Freiermuth.
A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Steelers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead is down to 2.
Makes the score Bears 31, Steelers 29.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
To throw, it's Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the 2nd half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. That is intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Now Rodgers. Set it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And there he goes left side. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. We've seen him do this many times in green and gold. Now he'll try to do it in black and gold. Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers down by 9. A little over a minute and a half remaining. The turnover does give them life, but they still need 2 scores. To throw is Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now in the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
That's going to be caught. It's Austin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys run up the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays up in quick succession if they can. Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
The towels are waving. Steeler fans on their feet. It's 3rd down.
Back to throw, Rodgers. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short.
Thanks to his effort, they now have a big choice to make here. He just ran them into field goal range with that one, so here come the choices. Do they kick it here, or do they trust him to make another big play and possibly get a first down?
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
He'll try to do it himself. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.